Yo, what's going on, y'all? Talk to me. Talk to me. I'm gonna wait a minute or two, see if we get some more people in here. But yeah, let's see with the draft. Everybody's been talking about the draft. Let's see. Do you think we need to? What's up, Damon? You think we need to develop a QB? The ones that we have there, because I don't think we need to take any transfer QBs. Uh, the QBs, I got faith. I got faith in what we have. The question is, do we have the QB coach, and will Harbaugh not be so hard on these players to where they're not afraid to make mistakes in game? But between Dylan, Joe, JJ McCarthy, somebody should be able to be a baller. That's if he's getting the right preparation from his coaches and stuff also. What up, Marcus? What up, Nate? What up, Otis? I appreciate it. I've been seeing people trying to blame Michigan for LeVert and DPJ sliding, but it's just honestly, it's just on them. Once you're trying to get to the NFL, it ain't about your coaches and stuff. Your coaches can help or hurt you a little bit, but if you're a freak of nature, you a freak of nature. Like it don't matter. Like Jadeveon Clowney, and he's like, the NFL is a meat market. If you got huge hands, you run super fast, or you're extremely well at breaking tackles, making people miss, you're gonna get drafted. Lavert Hill, he's not that big, he's not that fast. He got burnt a lot. And for a cornerback, the thing about a cornerback is they're not looking at when we play Air Force and all those teams. The scouts are looking at, okay, how does he do against Bama? How does he do against Ohio State? How does he do against Penn State? He got burnt in a lot of those games. Dropped picks that were in his hands. You know what I'm saying? DPJ, they say he had trouble with separation. He's not that fast because there's some burners coming out. He's not that fast. He dropped passes. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff we complained about during the year, scouts see it. They ain't complaining. They just, okay, checking it off. This is what you do good. This is what you don't. Let's see. What up, Nate? I've been doing good, just trying to survive out here with this corona and stuff. I had like 3 jobs, and I was a vendor, so I had like 3 jobs. One for antivirus, one for OtterBox. I was an OtterBox rep, and then another little merchandising job, and all of them got shut down. So I've been stressing, waiting on the unemployment, but I just got it, so it's cool right now. You say, what's up, Willie? You say, who will do better in the NFL out of Vert and DPJ? That's a hard one. I want to say DPJ, but LeVert will probably get more chances. For a receiver to get it's more likely that defensive players are going to get hurt or something's going to happen to where, okay, Lavert Hill is just the starter now. You know what I'm saying? Wide receivers, not so much. I mean, it can happen, but Lavert's going to get his chance, I feel like, more than DPJ. But you never know, though. It depends on who's the coaches and stuff. You might just have a coach that believes in you. What up, Lulu? Lulu out here promoting. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Jason, you knew wasn't nobody gonna sign Shea. I mean, I spent so much energy on dude last year, and he's just if you watched him closely and you rewatched him, you knew he wasn't, because he won't. One, he doesn't. He'll have a clean pocket. He'll scramble out of it when it's a clean pocket. Pros, that's a no-no. You're going to get killed doing that. You step up in the pocket where your protection is. Underthrows, overthrows, bonehead mistakes. Like, it's just not worth the risk. Then he's undersized as a NFL quarterback. He's undersized. And his arm is not – he doesn't have an NFL type strength, NFL arm. So all that stuff adds up to why he wasn't drafted. Sick Kid says, I love how Braylon Edwards just ranked himself number 2 on top 5 Michigan wide receivers on Twitter. He might be. Honestly, Braylon was beasting. Sim Cox's sports content. I appreciate it. You say Shea will play in the XFL? Probably. I mean, just because you don't make the NFL, that's not the end of your dream. That's if you love football that much. If you don't love it that much, you're not going to go play in the CFL. You're not going to go play arena football. You're not going to go play XFL. It's not worth it to you. But if you love football, you die hard, I'm going to use this to get to the NFL, then you still got plenty of options. But he's got options anyway. He can go play baseball if he wants to. Honestly, that's his – you're going to make more money if you're good at baseball than football, and you ain't going to have to deal with getting hit in the mouth. So, Ross Hickson, what do I think about Tariq going to Texas? It's a good move. I mean, that's a good move. He might end up with the same type of season, but it's a good move. Texas is kind of like Michigan has been. I mean, they've had more success with, Vince Young, more recent success, even though that was about 20 years ago or whatever, but with Vince Young and Colt McCoy. But Texas and Michigan, even if they're bad, they're going to make so much money. They're top 5 in revenue every year. So it's kind of the same type of school. So, but, high hopes every year. Hopefully you can win the Red River rivalry and, try to come out of the Big 12. But, he could be in the same situation he was in Michigan. He could be. But I like the move for him. I like Tariq. I know a lot of our fans didn't like him for whatever reason, but I like him. Nate, you still playing that NCAA football 12? I need to find that. I love that game. I love NCAA football. Do I think this is Don Brown's last season with Michigan? It should be. And I've said this 1,000 times. If you go back, because people always say, because I was talking about Don Brown in my last video, and people were like, oh, well, he gives up 18 points this year and 16 this year. He beats up on bad teams. Just like the NFL scouts. They don't look at what you did against Rutgers and Middle Tennessee State, and they look at what you do against good teams. And that's the same thing I do with Don Brown. That's what you have to do. You're going to beat bad teams regardless because they're bad. You're Michigan. You're still Michigan at the end of the day. So Don Brown, you see he'll get lit up by Penn State when they're good, when they have a great offense or good offense. Wisconsin when they have a good offense. Ohio State consistently. Bama destroys you. Florida State in the bowl game. South Carolina in the bowl game. Florida in the bowl game. When he plays better competition, his defenses get lit up. I mean, it ain't much to even think about. You say you're excited about the Patriots have Uche and Winovich. Uche is going to eat. Uche's going to be – he's going to do his thing for the Patriots. It's just like Winovich did. Those type of dudes that are hybrids, defensive end, linebackers, those types, they flourish in Belichick's system. So I wouldn't be surprised if Uche and them dudes have like 6, 7 sacks, 8 sacks. You know what I'm saying? Uche especially. He's a beast. Like those dudes flourish in that system. So you say Ronnie Virgil. What's up, Ronnie? Shea expects to be drafted after golfing during the offseason when Gaddish trying to show him the new playbook. Man, please. Exactly. I think Shea I don't know if he wanted it bad enough. And I've talked about this before, you know. When you at a school like Michigan, Bama, OSU, Texas, Florida, you know what I'm saying? These type of schools, you got to really want it. Like, you got to really want it bad. Like, this isn't, oh, I'm a student athlete. No, I'm a football player. I'm the quarterback at Michigan. Yeah, I'm a student athlete, but I'm the quarterback at Michigan. I'm the quarterback at Alabama. It's serious. Just when you tell somebody like that, let's say you go anywhere. We're all football fans, or we wouldn't be in here. You see Trevor Lawrence come in. You see Trevor Lawrence, you're gonna be like, "Oh, Trevor Lawrence." You know what I'm saying? It's a aura, something about that. That's the quarterback. That's one of the best quarterbacks in the nation. That's a monster right there on the field. Like it's just a certain aura of even a high school quarterback. But when you get to college and these big time schools where people are crazy about it, you got to take it serious like it's a job. Like you just have to take it that serious. So Shea not wanting to go do off-season workouts and taking it lightly. Okay, the reports come out, you taking it lightly, then the season starts and you playing like trash. You mad at the fans? You mad at the fans because you playing like trash and you didn't work practicing as much? That's on you. That ain't on the fans. Oh, for real? Yeah, I got a bunch of little Detroit hats and stuff. I got some Tampa hats because I stay in Tampa. They were all on sale because Tampa Bay is horrible. That's true, Nate. That's and I know I made that video. What was it, a couple days ago, talking about the quarterbacks. That's what we need. That's the most important thing. But honestly, and I've talked about this before. We have a little brother mentality right now, and it's horrible. It's really horrible. It's a sad situation to be in because we're so used to losing to them that the guys, they either get too hyped or they expect to lose. So when things go bad, little things happen in the game that playing against a regular team you would shake off. They get down in dumps. Now they want to do penalties. Now they doing untying shoes. Now they doing all this little extra stuff that makes you lose the game. The last like 4 years or so, Michigan has done things to lose against OSU. Whether it was a little thing or whatever, those little things add up. All those penalties add up. So you see us doing dumb stuff. You see them doing smart things to not get into that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We getting dumb penalties. They're good enough. What's sad is OSU is good enough to do those things and still beat us by 20 or something. But they still don't do that. They got a winning culture. It's too important to them. See, if we lose the dudes on our team, if they lose to OSU, it's not a big thing. Everybody loses to them. They lose to them every year. But OSU dudes, if they lose to us, it's a big thing because it's the opposite. They haven't lost to us. So you got to go back to what? Braxton Miller with the interim coach for us to have beaten them? So they're not trying to make them mistakes. They don't want to be the team that lost to Michigan and then don't let us get on a run after that loss. So, no, they don't want to be that. So they make sure they on their A game. But for us to beat them, we're gonna have to have a great quarterback. We're gonna have to. A quarterback that can put a team on his back. And I say that, the reason I say that because it's not okay, offense, and this is with Don Brown. So we're expecting them to be able to score 50. Well, this is with a Don Brown defense. So they're gonna score 50. So that's there right there. So a good offense, you expect to have, okay, we have wide receivers. So we got wide receivers. But we normally can't run on OSU. We normally don't have a beast running back. So my reason for saying a quarterback, having a great quarterback is because a great quarterback can turn you not having a running game. So they just take the short passing game and turn it into a running game. It's like an extension of the running game. So a great quarterback, you can have those short throws, and it's just like a 4 or 5 yard run. And then you get everything else. So that's why I say, because a quarterback is the most important, because somebody was saying we haven't had the backs, and that's true. But a quarterback can make up for not having a running game. Tom Brady does it all the time with the short, quick game. So that's why I say a quarterback. Just like, okay, the last time we were competitive against OSU, 2016. 2016, that team was a team full of NFL players. They just didn't have a great quarterback. Wilton Speight couldn't get it done. But now if you got a team like that with everything else except a quarterback and a running back, you maybe can keep it close. But like the year Devin Gardner almost beat him, he was beasting. You can say what you want about Devin Gardner, but he'll get on my back. Throw for 400, run for about 50. I got y'all. Come on. Denard Robinson, same thing. I'll throw for 200 and run for 200. What's up? Get on my back. I got y'all. Now, if you got a dude like that, you got a chance to win. That's why I say the quarterback is most important. They're going to put you a chance to give you that chance to win. They're like, what was it? Trevor Lawrence against Ohio State. Who was watching that game and thought they were about to get blown out? Clemson. Then all of a sudden, Trevor Lawrence. Is that Trevor Lawrence running like he's freaking Cam Newton or somebody? Who is that? He put the cape on. Get on my back. I got us. No, we ain't losing. Not this game. We ain't finna lose this one. Get on my back. Let's go. Let's go. We gave him a head start. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about, y'all. That's why the quarterback is most important. When we get a real quarterback, I'm talking about a real quarterback, whether he's a dual threat, pocket passer, whatever, he's the shit. When we get one of them dudes, then we can see. Because Don Brown, he gonna give up 50, y'all. I mean, it's just what it is. If he's here, OSU is they know they about to destroy him. They know it. So we need somebody that can keep them off the field, and also not even just keep them off the field, but let our defense rest. Our defense don't even get to rest against OSU. They running it down our throat, throwing it when they want to, and we trying to keep up. We can't keep up. 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Having 2 and 3 3 and outs in a row, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Daniel says, I think if we get obliterated by OSU this year as bad as 2018 game, I think you will likely explode while talking about the analysis, since you probably be extremely fed up. Bro, when this season was over, I was so drained and frustrated and tired. I just had to take a break from even thinking about Michigan because I was tired. Like somebody just when you just get worn out, I was worn out from this year, honestly. This year, between Don Brown and Shea, I was worn out. What do I think about Michigan's O-line? Well, that's a question mark because we lost a lot of them this year. What we lose? Three to the NFL, 3 or 4 to the NFL. So that's a question mark. Now, hopefully, you would hope that these dudes will be ready, but we gonna find out. And we're gonna find out early as long as we actually get this. Hold on, let me get this light. We're gonna find out early with Washington. Yeah, we're gonna find out early with Washington. I appreciate it, Gary. How many points do I think they'll beat us by? I don't know. I don't like to get into that until I see what we got. I have to see what we got first. Yeah, I don't like to get into all that just yet. Because this is what happens with me. The season happens, I let it all go. Okay, we lost, whatever, back. Now, by the time spring practice comes back around, okay, new year, new time, new chance to make the playoff. So after the season done, I start building back up. Especially if I think we got some talent. And I know we got some talent. So it's just making the most out of it. Can we make the most out of it? See, that's what it is for me. So, but with Don Brown, we gonna give up 50, but nobody knows how good our offense is gonna be or how good or bad our offense is gonna be. So I can't make any type of pick, you know what I'm saying? We don't know. Who do I want as the starter? I want Joe. Joe's got the body, the arm strength, and the athleticism to if he knows what he's doing, to flourish and start killing people. He's got it all. So I want Joe. And I like Dylan also, though. I like Dylan too. I just don't think Dylan can withstand. He's too skinny. He's just too skinny. So I don't think Dylan can withstand a college season as a quarterback. Now, he might have put on weight. But if I had to pick, I want Joe. No, what up, Hey Arnold? No, I didn't hear about DPJ slamming Harbaugh in the interviews. I didn't hear about that. I'm gonna have to look that up when we get off of here. You say what? It's a from. You say let's run the Wildcat. Let's see. That's what I'm saying. Joe is built like a tank. Like everybody knows this. And even with this corona, I see he's putting in work, whether he's at a field, I don't know where he's at, but I see him working. And that's the most important thing. Like, football is something where all you need is a field. It's not like basketball where you can play on dirt or gravel in practice, but it's not the same. Football, you need a field and some cleats, and you can get some work in, and somebody to catch balls, and hopefully you can run some crisp routes. You know what I'm saying? So I see Joe is putting in work. My boy's been tagging me in videos of Joe putting in work. I saw him throw a deep post on a rope, like a deep post effortlessly about 40 yards. And the thing, when somebody's got a howitzer like that, it is so hard to break on a ball like that. You can be in position, but if that ball is coming so hard and so high, you can't even break on it. It ain't like the video game where you can break on them balls. When that ball coming high and hard, you better be prepared for it as a DB. Oh, yeah, I've been watching The Last Dance, bro. I'm a Jordan fan. Grew up watching Jordan, emulating Jordan, trying to, the whole thing. I grew up in that. That's my generation. Sometimes I dream that he is me. That's my generation. So I love Jordan. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. But that's what I'm talking about. Jordan was the type of player where get on my back. I'm gonna get us the win. It don't matter what happened. Just get on my back. You with me? You see, once he got Scottie Pippen to be with him and ready to take down the Pistons. Okay, you got my back. I got your back. Okay, now we got something. So that's what you need at the quarterback. A dude like that. Basketball is a sport where you can have a good team, but that superstar, you got to have that real superstar. I didn't watch too much of the basketball season. I caught a little bit of it, but I really wasn't following it too much because I know Michigan started off good, then they kind of dropped down, and then they kind of were getting close to, because I don't really follow the college basketball so much because almost everyone gets in the tournament. So it's like, okay, you get a hype about, wins and losses, and it don't really matter because almost everybody gets in. So once you in the tournament, you got a chance. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like college football. You can't lose. You lose 2 games, your season's over. You know what I'm saying? But I think Juwan Howard is a good coach. Well, I can't say if he's a good coach all the way, but as far as recruiting, he's gonna be able to get players because he played with Dwayne Wade, LeBron. You know what I'm saying? These dudes. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets Bronny. Honestly, that's what I'm expecting his big recruit to be when it's time. I think he's gonna get LeBron James son. Let's see. Oh, Jim Tressel. Jim Tressel is a damn good coach. Honestly, I would probably take him. I just want to win, y'all. I don't care who it is at this point. I'm just tired of us not making the Big Ten championship, us not making the playoff, and us getting destroyed by OSU. I'm so tired of it. Like I'm so tired of it. So I would take anybody. I really don't care. Y'all don't care if there was a former OSU coach. I don't care. I just want to win. Like I can't take. I'm not like that. I just want to win. Like I just want to win. Hit the like, y'all. Hit the like. Yeah, like I just want to win. It don't matter. Jim Tressel is a damn good coach, though. He's a good coach. And OSU fans get mad at me. Jim Tressel, Maurice Clarett, if they don't, they should have statues at Ohio State. They deserve statues at Ohio State for what he did for that program, him and Clarett, he got y'all where y'all are now. Jim Tressel and Maurice Clarett. They should have statues. I mean, Thomas Smith, you could say that. You could say it's the player slipped because of lack of development. You could say that. Like, honestly, wide receivers is because you can go through the film, and look at wide receivers, the way they break and run their routes and everything like that. But let's see. They're dependent on a quarterback being good. A wide receiver is dependent on a quarterback. Now, I could say, okay, Harbaugh didn't develop him or whatever, but Harbaugh is more hard on his quarterbacks to where they don't want to make mistakes in the game. That's his problem. The problem with Shea, I really can't say that that's development. Things that he did, because he continued to do things he always did. Shea wanted to be like Manziel. What did Manziel do? Leave clean pockets so he could get throwing lanes or throw deep because he's so short. Take chances he shouldn't make. Now, Harbaugh got that kind of out of Shea taking those chances. But he would still do a bonehead thing. Like, he tried a left-handed pass or he'd do something crazy. Like, what are you doing, bro? Intentional grounding when he's getting sacked. Knowing we're in field goal range, you can just get sacked and we're straight, but you get sacked and you get intentional grounding. So we lose like 20 yards. Now we're not in field goal range. We had a 40-yard field goal. You just made it into a 55. You the quarterback. See, wide receivers, running backs, they can afford to do stuff like that. They're not supposed to be the smartest person on the field. Your quarterback is supposed to be a coach on the field, smartest dude on the field. I know the down, the distance, the situation. So you're doing bonehead stuff. It's like, okay, that ain't on Harbaugh. That's on you. You just your football IQ. It might not be there. You can't take a sack in this situation. You throw the ball away, or you take the sack. But you getting sacked pretty much on the ground, you still throw it. Now we got intentional ground and we losing like 20-some yards. It's just he would constantly do bonehead stuff like that. Even when he went to the Senior Bowl. What's it? Matt Patricia, he was roasting him. Patricia was roasting him because he does bonehead things. And like I say, after you do it more than about 3 times, that ain't a blip. That's just you. That's just you. that ain't nobody else. That's just what you're gonna do. How do I feel about Cesar Ruiz leaving? I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy about it. That's for sure. I definitely wasn't happy about it. But I definitely wasn't happy. Because we need those dudes, especially those dudes that had years left and they leave. You know what I'm saying? You got years of starting experience. We need that offensive line because especially since the pass blocking got pretty good last year, where it was pretty good. But we still haven't been able to run on Ohio State. And I don't know when was the last time we had a running back get 100 yards against Ohio State. If somebody knows the answer to that, please let me know because I don't know. It might have been Denard Robinson. So we haven't been able to run the ball on a team like OSU in a long time. God's child say, I think we have to get used to being mediocre. I can't get used to it. I can't get used to it. See, the problem was when Harbaugh came and in that 2016 year, that's what messed us up. Because that 2016 year, we had a squad. We thought we had a squad that could play with anybody. That 2016 team, they could play with anybody. You had older dudes, you had Peppers, you had a young Rashawn Gary. So you had dudes that they in the NFL. Like most of them dudes are in the NFL. From the secondary, you got linebackers, D linemen, offensive linemen, some of the receivers. You know what I'm saying? Like just a team full of NFL dudes. So we Harbaugh gets us close. What was 2018 with Shea? Karan Higdon led team 2018. Shea being a game manager. See, that's when Shea is at his best as a game manager. Making 15 to 20, 22, 23 throws. But we went into Ohio State with one loss, the Notre Dame game. Then we got our doors blown off by OSU, and then we lose the bowl game also. So you look at that, we beat OSU. We in the Big Ten championship. We beat OSU 2018. We in the Big Ten championship. That's all we need to do is be in position to beat OSU and get to the Big Ten championship. That's all we need to do. We just got to beat them. So that's the give and take with Harbaugh. Okay, he has a bad season, but when you rewind the season, okay, what were we heading into OSU week? Now, if you look and you say, okay, if we beat OSU, we're in the Big Ten championship. That's where we want to be. Because if we beat them, win the Big Ten championship, we in the playoff. So that's where we want to be. In the position to if we beat OSU, we in the Big Ten championship. That's where we want to be. And you're right, we don't develop our talent like OSU, Bama, Clemson, all these other teams. We don't. You're right. Have I heard Bob Shoop is going to be co-defensive coordinator? I think I read that. I think I read that too. Yeah, I did. I think I did read it. Somebody needs to help Don Brown because he ain't got it all. I just don't understand what would make you think you can run man on Bama, OSU, Penn State with Hamler. You have to run tons of zone. I don't see why you wouldn't want to run zone anyway. Most quarterbacks in college can't read a zone for nothing. So they're gonna throw picks. They're gonna if they don't throw a pick, they're probably gonna get sacked because they're trying to look too long. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to run zone. Especially in the red zone. Okay, you move the ball from 20 to 20. Now you in the red zone, and now we in this zone, and there's no holes. The holes to throw in are so tiny that you got to be perfect. But he wants to run man. He's the man guy. He does need help. Yeah, Don Brown needs help. Let's see. You say, remember Chad Henne, Mike Hart, Jason Avant, Manningham, Woodley, and the rest. I remember it, bro. I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember them boys. Mario Manningham torching Notre Dame for 3 touchdowns. Lamar Woodley picking up the fumble and taking it to the house that was against Brady Quinn and them boys. I remember that year. Lamar Woodley, Alan Branch were knocked out probably 3 quarterbacks that year. I remember, bro. I remember. Them boys, who was on that team? Leon Hall, David Harris. Who was it? Shazier at safety. A young Marlon Jackson. I remember them boys. What was that? Big Gabe Watson. Was he on that team? I think so. Jay Mayer, you're right. They got to stop saying it's just another game because it's not. Our season depends on that game. Because just like I said, we go through. We can beat we can beat Penn State, Michigan State, Wisconsin. We can beat them. It always comes down to that OSU game, just like 2018. We in position to have all our goals in front of us. OSU game, we get destroyed. Season over. It's over. You say you think Drake Johnson got 100 yards once? For real? That must have been in garbage time, bro. I don't know if I can believe that. I have to see that. Damon, do you think I take it? They take it serious? I don't see how you can't. Like, I don't see how they can't take it serious. Like, I just don't understand how you couldn't take a team like OSU serious. And because if you don't take them serious, they're gonna put 60 or 70 up on you. I don't see how you can't take them serious and not give them the respect they deserve. You got to give them dudes the respect they deserve. And what kills me about it is we've lost to them so much. Is our players can't. They have to play such a fine line. Like they can't get too up or down because if they do, their whole psyche is just done. Like OSU players can make mistakes and stuff like that, and it's okay. You know, we back at it. But our players, we've lost to them so much that we get too high or too low. It's just horrible. Like Metellus, you in the zone. We finally run zone. You looking in the backfield. You looking in the backfield. You done got torched so fast. You got torched as soon as he said hike because you looking in the backfield. And I think it was a cover too. You looking in the backfield. Now you can look. Now if you cold enough, if you that great of a player, you can look in the backfield and keep that and still see the receiver. It's peripheral vision. A dude like Woodson could do that. Because and I started trying to practice this. When I was playing semi-pro, I used to try to practice this. And some people can do it. Great players can do it. I can still see you, but I'm looking over here. I still see you. So I know you're trying to get behind me. So, okay, it's time to stop looking. Here you go. Great players can do that. Use that peripheral vision to be looking over here, but still see you over here. Like I still see you over here trying to make that break. Pick. But that's great players. Metellus, you ain't that good, bro. You need to be watching that receiver. You ain't that good. You can't be looking and trying to do the peripheral. You ain't got that type of game, dog. For real, like man ain't gonna work on them. Who are our rivals? I mean, if you want to go historically, I like to go historically. Like Michigan State, of course, Notre Dame, of course, OSU, of course. Yeah, I don't get into this. It's not a rivalry, and tell that to them. See, People, it's not a rivalry. We never beat them. Tell that to OSU. It's a rivalry. They take it. They take it serious. So I don't want to hear that. It's a rivalry. Minnesota is actually a rival. It's a rivalry game. If you play for a trophy or something like that, it's a rivalry game. They never win it. They hardly ever win it, but let them win it. We're gonna be mad the next year. That's a rivalry because something is on the line. A trophy, the Little Brown Jug. So those are our four, really. OSU don't have nobody but us. They really don't have no other rivals, like historical, like, okay, we're playing for a trophy or something. You know what I'm saying? You're right, Morgan. We have been holding us back because honestly, a couple times we probably should have had two teams in the playoff. But we end up losing one game. Because if we were to go into OSU undefeated and barely lose like 2016 or something like that, we would make the playoffs still. 9 times out of 10, we would still make the playoff. But we always slip up somewhere else. 2018 against Notre Dame, you know what I'm saying? 2016 Iowa, we always slip up somewhere else, and then we're going into OSU week with the one loss already, and then we lose. Now we got 2 losses. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Hit that button. Yeah, you can, Morgan, like you can mix in man. You can play man. You just can't constantly play man. See, we play man so much that they know it's coming. 3rd and 15. They already know it. They already know it. They just trying to stay calm. They just trying to stay calm because they know they about to score a touchdown. So these 3rd and longs and stuff, they know it's coming. They know that blitz is coming. They're just trying to stay calm enough. Got him. They know it's coming. That's what's sad. They know the blitz is coming on these 3rd and longs in these situations. They know it. Penn State knew it. It's 3rd and 20, and Don Brown, instead of playing a prevent defense, letting them get 15 yards or 10 yards, and then he want to blitz, all out blitz. When you blitz, you're putting your back end in. You're putting them on an island. So if the blitz don't get there in time, guess what? They're screwed. Metellus out there crying. I bet Metellus hear the defensive calls against certain teams and be like, I bet he's doing his helmet, doing his pads like this, like, because he know he about to get lit up. Oh, Metellus, you got to hold Jerry Jeudy. He's running a 4-3. Oh, you got to hold Hamler. He's running a 4-3. What are you doing? Bro, we got him in 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20. Why are you blitzing? They know what he's going to do. So even if you run zone, honestly, if you run zone, you can't even blitz on certain situations because they know it's coming with Don Brown. Like, they just know it's coming. Everybody knows it's coming. And he still, I guess he thinks it's a surprise or it's just going to work. Guess what? It don't. They get paid too. They get paid too. So they know it's coming. And they know how to give their quarterback enough time to shred it. It's just what it is. Yeah, OSU, I mean, we play OSU. We don't get a trophy, but that's the game. Like, we everybody knows what's normally on the line for OSU Michigan is trying to get to the Big Ten championship or trying to get to a national championship. That's the trophy. Okay, we about to try to win a national championship now. But yeah, some teams play for, they play for trophies and stuff, but you got your rivalries, and then you got other ones where they play for stuff. You know what I'm saying? Who is this greenback Gordon? I ain't even gonna acknowledge you right now, bro. But don't let me. You keep posting, I'm gonna start roasting you. I'm gonna use this situation to roast you. Let's see. Malone Hicks, you think we need to get better at looking groupies? We need to get something. We need to get something to get these recruits in. Oh, you say, oh, yeah, I knew they had one more team. But even if you look at, okay, they got two teams, us and Illinois. And Illinois is trash most of the time. So they ain't got to worry about them, just like we don't worry about Minnesota most of the time. So they got one team they really got to focus on. Is Bama or Nebraska? I don't really look at either one of them as rivals because we don't. To be a rival, I feel like you have to play a lot. Like you have to have a history of y'all just playing so much. Like, you know what I'm saying? So y'all played so much that y'all play for something like the Little Brown Jug or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Or either y'all just constantly play each other that a hatred has grown. You know what I'm saying? Like we've played each other so much, had so many good games and stuff. Now I feel like it's a rivalry. I don't feel like we've played Nebraska and Bama enough for it to be a rival. Oh, you say Fitz Toussaint had 120 against OSU in 2011. I knew it was a long time because I never expect us to run good against them anymore. Almost 10 years since we've had a running back get 100 yards on them. And they've had, and now think about the history of them against us. They've had multiple running backs go for 200 yards. What's his name? Dobbins went for 200 this year, didn't he? I know Beanie Wells went for 200. Some of these other years, they were passing years, but those dudes still got like 100. So yeah, that's the biggest thing on the offensive line, being able to run against good teams. But you also got to have a good back that's going to actually see the hole. Because you can have an offensive line creating holes and the back just don't see them. He just don't see the holes, or he's not patient enough. You say we have history, but how many times have we played Nebraska? Let's see. Yeah, Jay Marion, Harbaugh should have brought Hoke back to recruit. You can say what you want about Hoke, but he brought in good. Our best season with Harbaugh was with Hoke's recruits. Hire Mark Hart as a running back coach. Yeah, because Indiana's got a beast at running back. Honestly, I don't see how we don't have a great running back. Like, I don't see how we haven't gotten a running back, especially with Harbaugh's system. He wants to run the ball. So I don't understand how we haven't gotten a beast running back, somebody that can tote it and we can just lean on. It kind of boggles my mind. Harbaugh's got to start committing to some of these dudes. Like, you come, this is your team. You come, this is going to be your team. But, he's got to be able to handle it. He's got to be that dude. But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you see them high school running backs, and you know this dude is about to be killing people in college. You got to get him. Got to get him. E.M. Records, I haven't been afraid of Michigan QB since Denard. Shea made dangerous wide receivers look like teddy bears. Y'all, exactly. We need better QB play. I've been saying that. And that's what I've been saying. We need better QB play. If we want the game to be close with Don Brown, because with Don Brown, they're going to put up about 50. So we're going to have a quarterback that can help get the defense off the field. Keep our defense on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? Play a keep away game. Make the game shorter, where it's fewer possessions. Okay, y'all scored in a minute and a half. You're gonna wish you didn't do that, because I'm about to keep your defense on the field for 7-8 minutes. Yeah, we about to go on one of them long drives. That's coaching, though, and being able to do that. The people hate playing me on the Madden. You let me, okay, y'all scoring quick and we can't stop y'all. 5 yards, 6 yards, 8 yards, 3 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards, 3 yards. I'm going to dink and dunk all the way down the field, and guess what? You on the sideline. You on the sideline. You can't score points if you ain't on the field. So, yeah, you got a great offense, but guess what? I'm about to eat up this time and possession so much, you ain't going to get nothing but 4-5 possessions in this game. Messing with me, you ain't going to get the ball. So now, and you know what that does when you play like that? They've been sitting on the sideline so long, they antsy. I got to get it all right back. I've been sitting, I got to get pick. So that's coaching though. But you got to be able to execute that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like just like with OSU, they're gonna put up so many points. We don't have an offense good enough to keep them off the field and play that time possession game. Because I know Harbaugh would love to do that. He ain't got the quarterback or the horses to do it. To do that, you got to have at least either a monster running back or a monster QB. You need at least one of them. Yeah, they didn't close that all-time record. They getting close to us. Malone, we need to do something to get them recruits in. I don't know what they need to do. They need to do something. Appreciate the super chat. Sam Irwin, 8-4 this year with losses to Washington, OSU, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. You could be right. But honestly, I feel like we're gonna beat Wisconsin because them losing Jonathan Taylor. I feel like we're gonna beat them. Because them in Penn State, we do almost like a every other year with them. So I feel like we're gonna beat Wisconsin. Minnesota, I don't know. I know Minnesota lost some of those receivers, so hopefully that'll even the odds some. But in Washington and OSU, who knows? But it all comes down to: are we gonna have a John O'Korn quarterback? Are we gonna have a Shea Patterson type? What we gonna have? You know what I'm saying? Are we gonna have a Devin Gardner who has the potential to be great, but his O-line is so garbage he can't even drop back without getting smashed? You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of factors. I'm ready to see what we have. I hate that spring practice got canceled because I really wanted to see what Joe and Dylan were looking like in spring. Like, I really hated that. And they were just about to start practice. Like, that's what's so sad. You say Michigan needs a defensive player that scares people like OSU got Bosa and Young. Of course. You can always use a DN, a great DN. We haven't really had that, honestly, in a little minute. I mean, Rashawn, people would say Rashawn, he played good against OSU like one time, but it wasn't, I don't know. And those of y'all that watch my page all the time from when I first started, I think Rashawn's last year, I was on his head. I was on his head. Because he just wasn't that. Rashawn had all the tools to be Bosa, to be what's his name? Chase Young. He had the tools, the body, the tools, the strength. He just, I don't know, he just wouldn't do it. He didn't have the discipline at the position. Now they say, oh, he was here to anchor. 3rd and 4, you're not anchoring. You coming at the passer. I watched too much Michigan to even listen to that garbage. Third down, him and Chase Winovich, they coming after the passer. And he wasn't getting doubled all the time. I've seen dude on too many times, he come blazing around the edge, taking a super wide angle, and then the quarterback sees him and runs up the middle. You know why? Because Rashawn Gary just took an angle so wide, he left a huge running lane for the quarterback. Got to be a smart player. You can say what you want about OSU, them dudes, Chase Young, Bosa's. They smart. They want to be great DNs. So they don't just do one move. They don't just do a around the edge swim move. No, they do bull rush, swim move, spin move. All Rashawn Gary had was the try to run around the edge wide. That's all he did. Brett, you said McCaffrey or Milton. I'm going with Milton, bro. He's got the size, got the arm strength, and he's got the agility. And he's got the body. McCaffrey's got all those tools. He just don't have the body. He tries to run like that, he gonna get flatlined. He tries to run like he normally runs, he will get flatlined. You're not built strong enough to run like that. He runs straight, he runs upright. You gonna get flatlined. Then he doesn't get down. You're not built like that. Now Joe could pull that stuff off. He's built like that. Dylan ain't built like that. This ain't high school, bro. You better put on some weight or you better start sliding. What'd you say? I guess Michigan and OSU used to be hard-hitting games. Both teams knocking the hell out of each other. What happened? What happened is we got a little brother complex. And as that happened, OSU started to get a better caliber of players. When you got a better caliber of players, that's bigger, faster, stronger. So the same way you hit a player, a Middle Tennessee State dude, and you flatline him, you try to hit an OSU player like that, stiff-armed you right in your mouth. Who you thought you was playing, dog? This ain't Middle Tennessee State. This ain't Arizona or somebody like that. This OSU, you best bring it. You best be running through. Not none of this chicken wing stuff. Nah, that chicken wing ain't going to cut it out here. That chicken wing going to get you milestone and touchdown. Yeah, I know the chicken wing. Anybody that played football knows that chicken wing. You come up to it and you doing this. That ain't going to cut it. You got to be coming with that full body force. I'm trying to knock you out. It's a difference. But honestly, I look at our defense. We got some dudes. I look for Cam McGrone to start punishing dudes. I like the way he looks. So the only problem with him last year is he was a first-year starter, so he took bad angles sometimes. He gets a rap on that because he's already going to start seeing the field better from playing all those games. So once he doesn't second guess himself and he sees it, boom, I know what I'm doing. I don't have to think. He gonna be wrapping up. You're gonna see 10, 11 consistently because dude is a beast. He coming to the ball fast. So dudes like him, Aiden, Dax Hill. I need Dax Hill to Dax Hill looks kind of skinny this year. I'm hoping Dax Hill has gotten the weight room and added some muscle so he can start punishing dudes out there too. I like what I see out of Vincent Gray at corner. Like, we got some pieces on defense. Honestly, I feel like Harbaugh gives too many of those players to Don Brown. You know, those dudes that dual threat, they play offense and defense. I feel like Harbaugh lets Don Brown get too many of those dudes. You need some of them dudes on offense. Just like Jabril Peppers. That year, we really didn't need Jabril on defense too much. A couple games we did. But if you would have had Jabril, I feel like if you would have had Jabril Peppers running the ball against like OSU, we would have won that game. I'm not talking about Wildcat and all that stuff. I'm talking about power I with a fullback in front of him, and now you got to deal with him with a fullback in front of him. So now you got to deal with the inside, outside. It's not just Wildcat. You don't know if he's going to run or if it's play action. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jabril is our running back. Like, he's getting at least 15 to 20 carries a game. I feel like we probably would have won the Big Ten just off of that move alone. But they say Jabril didn't want to play running back full time and all that type of stuff. But that year, if we had a running back that could have took the pressure off of Wilton Speight in big games, we would have beat OSU because we had the lead. We had the game. Just Wilton Speight. We had somebody that could tote the ball, kill the clock. We would have won. I know you OSU fans in here are gonna say if, but I just feel like Harbaugh gives Don Brown too many of the good players. Like, I would have been begging Jabril, we need you at running back. You can still play some defense, but we need you at running back. Like, we need you there. Because De'Veon Smith, he's good against bad teams and stuff like that, but he's not a home run hitter. He's not somebody against Ohio State that you can consistently give it to because he's not fast enough. Mark Dudley, yeah. Metellus, especially against OSU. Well, let me say this. Metellus looked bad against teams with good offenses. Bama, OSU, Penn State, Wisconsin. All good offenses. He looked bad against all of them. He made some plays against some of the bad teams and mediocre teams. He played pretty good against them. He did. But it's like the higher the competition, he looks worse. And he did look lost. That's a fact. But I can blame him, but then I can't all the way because a lot of the times he's in one-on-one coverage with a dude that runs a 4-3. What do you expect him to do, Don Brown? If the blitz don't get there, he's done. Like, he's done, bro. If the blitz doesn't get there, you made him a sacrificial lamb. If the blitz don't get there, going against those teams with those fast dudes, he's gonna get torched. What are you supposed to play? 30 yards off the ball? Them dudes eating up that cushion so fast on him. So I blame him somewhat for like looking in the backfield and stuff. He just plays horrible against OSU. That's just what it is. But Don Brown puts him in these man positions to play man because he wants to blitz. They know it's coming. They pick the blitz up, and he's in no man's land. You torched, bro. You torched. It's just like when I was playing semi-pro, my coach used to we were trying to run a blitz in practice, and I was one-on-one. I'm playing safety. I'm one-on-one with this little fast running back we had. He was probably running a 4.4. I was like 4.5 speed. He gets 20 yards downfield, he's going to beat me. My coach talking about get up on him. Why would I get up on him? He's too fast. I need a cushion. If he gets some underneath, I'll live with that. I'm not going to live with him catching a 40-yard bomb over my head and I'm trying to catch up looking stupid. No, I'm going to give him a cushion because I know how fast he is. I'm going to respect his speed. You want to give up a 10-yard play or you want to give up a 40-yard bomb? Shouldn't be a hard decision, but it's hard for Don Brown for some reason. Sam Irwin, when you said you don't know, you like Gaddis, I do kind of like Gaddis. If I was killing Gaddis at the beginning of the season, my boy Trio City, he used to be like, "Come on, man, you too hard on him," and I was because it was a new system. I liked what I saw later on out of Gaddis, and that's why I say Dylan and Joe McNamara, these dudes, okay, they got a year under their belt running this system. So this year, they should be running the system better than Shea did against once Shea it clicked for Shea against Indiana, Michigan State, Indiana, and somewhat against OSU. So, only thing I think about Gaddis is he needs to work on his adjustments because okay, you're gonna come out doing one thing. Their defensive coordinator is going to adjust. Now you have to adjust. You can't be a one-trick pony. You think Nico's going to be a beast? Nico is a beast. And honestly, Nico with DP with Joe, that could be nasty. Joe is the type of dude, you just got to put it in his area because he's so big. His hands are like freaking catcher's mitts. So you put it in his area, and if it hits his hands, he's coming down with it. Like I saw Shea throw so many touchdowns to him that were behind him, and he just waited on it. And his body was so big, he shielded off the cornerback. That's not a great throw. That's him just being a monster. Any DB that plays man, especially press man, but lacks speed, better be strong as hell, knock him off his route, and constantly disrupt everything he's doing. Exactly, Morgan. And I wasn't that type of dude. So I ain't trying to be up on this dude. Manned up and Deion Sanders. No, I need to give him a cushion and respect him because I'm not going to be able to get a good enough jam on him to slow him down. But if I give him a cushion, I might be able to read his route and then I can stop it. But if he run a fly route, he gonna burn me. He just needs enough time. I give him a 10-yard cushion because I'm at safety or like 8 to 10 yards, 7 to 10 yards. If he runs a fly route and I got nobody over top, As long as he has enough time, the quarterback has enough time, he's gonna beat me. But if he runs like a post or a slant or something, I might be able to read the route and stop it. But if he just runs a fucking go route, it's a wrap for me. You beat. You better hope that when you in a situation like that, it had you praying. I pray this blitz gets there. Please, Lord, let the blitz get there. Because if not, I'm done. Yeah, Don Brown did some real scratch your head type stuff this year. He did some stuff that had you scratching your head. You can't do that stuff with and Glasgow might be able to ink out a pretty good pro career, but Don Brown just did some stuff putting dudes so out of position that it was like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing? Wisconsin, every year, Wisconsin has one of the biggest offensive lines in the country. Even like a team like Penn State, and you got this dude up on the line like he's going to stop something. When Penn State was trying to kill the clock, they had the same thing happen. He got flatlined. Like, okay, we need to get 3 yards and the game is over. And you got these little dudes up there. They flatlined them dudes. They flatlined them. It just is what it is. Ohio State wins the Big Ten again. Probably. I mean, that's the safe bet. That's the safe bet. You say you miss Chase. I mean, that team, Chase brought a swagger to the team that we needed. Like you need somebody that they don't care what anybody thinks. They all about the team and they don't care. Like whatever. We on a revenge tour. We on a revenge tour, and people, they on a revenge tour. Then all of a sudden, Wisconsin gets demolished. Penn State gets demolished. Michigan State gets demolished. Revenge tour. Everybody's saying it now. You know what I'm saying? But he started that. Like, okay, we about to go on a revenge tour. We about to straighten some stuff out that we ain't like. Now, they couldn't finish it off with OSU, but it was a fun ride watching us demolish all them other little teams. You know y'all was having fun with it. Some of y'all probably got the revenge tour shirts. You right, Jay Marion. The OSU ain't afraid to throw out them young dudes. If their starter gets hurt, OSU will put their backup in and they will let him throw. Like they don't put him in and he's just handing it off. No, they put him in and they're gonna run the offense. You know we don't do that. Harbaugh be so scary. Sam Irwin, that depends on how you want to look at it. Now, if you want to go with rival as us beating them in back and forth, I mean, it means, but OSU, Michigan, it just means it's something else. Michigan State, D'Antoni has gotten Michigan State to where they're more respected than they've ever been. He did that. So Michigan State was always little brother. So the rivalry was like, oh, we expect to beat them. Then, it changed when we were down. OSU is about, okay, they got good players. We got good players. Let's figure out who runs the Big Ten. That's what that was about. And it's slowly trying to get back like that. Because we've had those years where we've had one loss, except OSU. You know what I'm saying? It's just trying to continue that. Okay, now we beat them. You know what I'm saying? We just got to get that dub. We need to beat them. We need to get that. And what we need to beat them is with a younger team. That's what we need to beat them with, a younger team. Because if we beat them with a team full of seniors, then most of them dudes gonna be gone, and then it kind of starts over again. You know what I'm saying? But if you beat them with a younger team, those dudes are back. They know how it feels to beat OSU. They know what it takes to beat OSU. They know how it feels in the game. They know how to handle the stress now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I guess we haven't had a true featured running back in a long time. A dude that was, I will say, Higdon did his thing. I can't front. Higdon did his thing. But he's not, he can get it done, but he ain't that type of dude. Like, what did he have? About 1,300 yards? That's pretty good. But he's not a Dobbins. He's not a Mike Hart dude that had almost 2,000 yards almost or so, or close to it. Those type of dudes that real yardage, like that's 2,000 yards rushing is a lot, or even close to that. 1,500 yards in up to 2,000. That's a lot of yards. What up? Got my nephew in here. He made the video. He made that compilation video. I know y'all like that compilation video. Send me some comments to get him to make another compilation video. He done made one compilation video and he tried to make another one. So send me the stuff so I can get him to make another one.
I'll make one.
If Jabril didn't declare for the draft and return for 2017, that 2017 team just lost too much talent. What they have, like 10, 11, 12 players drafted, and these weren't low round picks. These were dudes from first round to the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, these were dudes that are NFL starters. Some of these dudes are NFL starters. So that 2017 team, they just lost too much. They would have needed a great quarterback for them to make it out of that season. They just lost too many good and great players. So if Jabril came back, he wouldn't have made a difference. It really wouldn't have made a difference. That team was going to lose a bunch of games. You say Michigan got too cocky. OSU doesn't approach it like that. You're probably right. You say Penn State is like an unwritten rivalry for me. I don't know if you've had encounters with PSU fans, but they are classless. I almost got into a fight with PSU fans at the game in 2018. Honestly, Penn State is kind of becoming a rivalry for me in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else has it's not, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But for me, we've went back and forth with Penn State like for the last since Harbaugh came. It's been like every other year for us with Penn State. So Penn State is kind of becoming a rivalry for me because we lose to them. The next year, we blow them out. Then it just keeps going back and forth. Like, they blow us out one year, we blow them out. Close game. You know what I'm saying? Every other year, we lose to them. So Penn State is kind of getting to that point. They kind of getting on my nerves, honestly. What you say, Ronnie? Oh, wow, it's 3rd and 24. Hey, guys, we're sending everybody. Forget coverage. And that's basically what he does. What's sad about that is that the offensive coordinators and the coaches on the other team know that he's going to do that. That's what's sad, and he still does it. Am I afraid of MSU new coach? The fact that he was an assistant at Georgia, which you know, Bulldogs have a lot of talent. Georgia got the talent, but he's got to get it up to Michigan State. He's got to get it up to Michigan State because D'Antoni, he built Michigan State off of 3-star recruits that turned out to play like 5 and 4 stars. So it's going to take him some time to get Michigan State back. I kind of feel like we've got Michigan State right now. Like we've got them. I'm more worried about us beating Wisconsin and Penn State when they have good offenses. That's what I'm worried about. And then OSU, of course. But I'm more worried about us beating these Penn State, being able to beat Penn State and Wisconsin every year. Like when we lose to them, it's a surprise. That's what I need to see us get back to that. You say OSU coaching staff would have had Michigan in the playoff last year? Maybe if they benched Shea. I just don't think Shea was that good, bro. Even if OSU would have been coaching him, I'm not sure if they would have. I'm not sure. Who is this? Nicholas Wolf. Can you shout out my username? Boy, you must think I'm stupid. Why would I shout out that you swallow cum? Because I don't. You tried me? Now that's what you do. I ain't with that gay stuff though, dog. I ain't with that stuff. But hey, to each his own. If Nicholas Wolf says he swallows cum, disgusting. What was the point of getting Shea? I mean, Shea showed potential at Ole Miss. He showed some potential, but I don't know. I don't know what it was when he showed some promise last year. 2018, but that's with Karan Higdon being the bell cow and leading the offense. 2018, when people say, well, Shea had a good year. Shea was a game manager 2018. He wasn't putting the team on his back. Karan Higdon was putting the team on his back. That's the difference. Now, Shea could be a good game manager, but I just don't think he was the type to get on my back and I'm not gonna make mistakes and I'm the quarterback. I'm gonna lead us. Just you know what I'm saying? I just don't think he was that type of dude. You say you always watch that Michigan Penn State game. It's that game is becoming a great game to watch. It's usually a good game. That's a fact. If Hoke was a good recruiter, why did he go from 11-2 first year to 5-7, where he got worse each season? Just because he had bad season, that could be just he couldn't coach. That don't mean he didn't have good recruits. The good recruits the proof is in the pudding, Daniel. He recruited Jabril, Gary, who else was on that team? Jordan Lewis. Was Devin Bush his recruit? I'm not sure about Devin Bush, but Taco Charlton, all them dudes like that. Like that 2016, Chesson, Darbo, Jake Butt. Was Jake Butt on that team? I'm not sure about Jake Butt, but you get the point. Those recruits on that 2016 team that left that next year and they all went to the NFL, those were hoax recruits. That's why I say Duke can recruit. Jabril Peppers, that's Hulk. Rashawn Gary, like him or not, he could be a beast sometimes when he wanted to be. That's Hulk. Who is Harbaugh's big recruit that has actually somewhat panned out? Is it Devin Bush? Was Devin Bush a Harbaugh or a Hulk recruit? I can't remember. Because right now, if it's Bush, then you got something. But that might be Hulk too. I'm not sure. Because I want to say that might have been a Harbaugh. I don't know. You say Gary was Harbaugh? Gary is from the same. Isn't Gary from New Jersey? Like no, that was the other dude. Shea looked like he was scared to play every game. That's a fact. Yeah, Jordan Lewis. Like a lot of them dudes. That 2016 team where we had the most dudes taken. When we tied that record with Bama. Those were hoax recruits. The proof is in the pudding. Whether he coached them, now he might not have coached them up, but they were his recruits. That's just my point. Those were his recruits. You say Bush was Harbaugh? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's what I thought. Gary was a Hulk recruit because I remember him and Peppers coming in around the same time, and they hyping them up. They hyping them both up. We had one skilled player drafted in the first round since Braylon Edwards. That's a sad stat to even hear. That's sad. Because we done had some decent, some pretty good receivers that probably could have been up there. You know what I'm saying? That's just sad. You think Jake Butt might have went high if he didn't get hurt? That's sad. I gotta think of a dude that got hurt or something for a reason he didn't. It's a sad stat. What did Funchess go? Second round? Yeah, and that's what I was just thinking. Dudley, Rashawn went to school, the same school as Jabril. Yeah, that's hope. Last running back, Chris Perry. It can't be that far back. And that's what I was just saying, Brett. We passed Michigan State. It's about beating Wisconsin and Penn State when they're actually good. Not when they bad. Not like that year with Trace McSorley was when they still had Trace, but they just weren't good. Then we destroyed them. I'm talking about a year like when they had Trace McSorley and Saquon Barkley, and they destroyed us. Beating them with both of them. That's what I'm talking about. Beating them when they're good, not when they're bad, or not when they're mediocre. You know what I'm saying? But you're right. Once we can beat them consistently, then we can just really get OSU. Then you say like was the 11-2 season more like because they had a team full of seniors? This is why I say that though, bro, because You can have a team full of seniors and juniors, but that don't mean they finna all go to the NFL and actually be in the NFL. You get what I'm saying? Like these weren't that year, those dudes weren't just all low round picks. But I mean, you can a team full of juniors and seniors, if they're coached up right, and I've said this multiple times, they should be able to go 11-2 and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But that team had higher caliber of players. Those players, that team was just the recruits he got. Okay, Darboh, Chesson. You say, oh, they weren't that special. You know what was special about them? They were burners. They were 4-4, 4-3 type dudes, track dudes. So you run a play action, you looking in the backfield or anything, they're going to torch you. They're gone. He's past you. You know what I'm saying? So those it's just the type of players that they were. They just had good players. They were just good and had speed. Jordan Lewis. What's he? Second or third corner on Dallas? Chris Perry was solid. I remember Chris Perry getting, what did he have, 50 carries one game? That's unbelievable. Gary was 2 years before Peppers. Gary was supposed to be a sign of the changing times of recruiting under Harbaugh. Yeah, we did think that. Funches was second round. I think Winovich would have had to have been Harbaugh, wouldn't it? It's close. See those dudes that came right around the time Harbaugh got there, I get kind of confused about it. PSU game in 2018, McSorley had a knee brace. If he didn't, we would have lost. You're probably right. I mean, who knows? We beat them every other year. We beat them every other year. But I mean, it didn't help that he had a sprained knee. Of course, it didn't help. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm pretty sure we destroyed them though that year. But they, he had the injuries. He had the injuries, and he also lost NFL running back in Saquon Barkley. So now the defense gets the key on Trace McSorley. So it's a different dynamic. You say Devin Bush was Harbaugh. I know it, and that's the people that followed me. The people that followed me 2 years ago and 3 years ago, they know I was hard on Gary. I was hard on dude because everybody hyped him up. He's this, and I used to go back and watch the film and watch what he would do. I'd be like, he ain't doing nothing. And he's anchoring this and then. I'm like, nah, y'all hype him up. Show me. Show me. See, a dude like Joey Bosa's and Chase Young, they get the hype, but they back it up. They getting sacks. Not only sacks, but they getting strip sacks, getting the ball back for their team. Show me something. I don't want to hear no hype. I want you to show me. Dax Hill, you on deck. I want you to start showing me, dog. Dax Hill, you getting the hype. Show me this year. If Wisconsin, PSU, and Michigan weren't down in 2018, since that was projected to be a brutal part of the schedule, Do you think we would have gone 7-5? We probably would have. We probably would have lost some of them games, but that's just how it goes. And I've said that before. And I've said that before. That's why I get on Don Brown, because we beat Penn State, Michigan State, and we beat Wisconsin. But then if you look at Wisconsin, Penn State, and Michigan State that year, they were all bad. So it doesn't mean as much as it really should. That's if you're looking at it that close. But if you just not paying attention, we beat Penn State, Michigan State, and Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying? We did that. But they're not that good at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it don't matter. It don't matter. A win is a win. Hopefully you can make the most out of it. Okay, we made the Big Ten championship. They were all bad, but who cares? We made the Big Ten championship, win it, make the playoff, get the recruits. The recruits see you in the championship games. Make the most out of it. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, it's water under the bridge. Josh Ross, I'm not sure what's his status, but he should be. I'm looking for him to play a big role this year. Big role with him and McGrone. I'm looking for dudes to be getting smashed. Honestly, I'm looking for them dudes to be making heads roll. So that's what I'm looking for. Now he definitely can make an impact, because we need that prototypical size that he has. We need that, because you got Cam McGrone, who is he's prototypical size, but he's kind of it's a lean. Like, he's just a big dude, but if you look at him, he looks kind of lean. But he says he's about 240. That's about prototypical linebacker size. 240 to 250. Josh Ross what's he about? 245, 250. He's got that real. He looks like a middle linebacker. You know what I'm saying? That pound, give you that pound. Let's see. I'm not sure why Harbaugh was all in on Shea. After they said he didn't put in the work in the offseason, I wouldn't have been all in on him. But it looked like Harbaugh I don't know why he did that. Trying to see what's up. Yeah, it would be nice to put some banners up or something. We ain't putting up nothing lately in a long time. So you're right. It would be nice to get some banners in the big house. The big house needs to, and this comes to the fans, you know what I'm saying? But it needs to be a real home field advantage. Like, I know Michigan has all these older fans and all that. I know. But, you go to these SEC schools, even certain places, you know what I'm saying? And it's a real atmosphere. It's a real atmosphere. It's a real, it's something to do for real. Like, it's crazy. Michigan's got more of an old school traditional type, we're Michigan. We don't get hype. We don't do this. Winovich was a Hulk recruit too. That's what I'm saying. Hope can recruit. That's not even. I can't even say that's for up for debate. Hope could recruit. Now he might not have been able to do much with him, but he can recruit. What's up, Mark Dudley? I appreciate the $5 super chat. I heard Florida puts up banners for second place in the SEC East in their stadium. Are you serious? See, I don't want to get to that level. But what's sad, they actually got championships, and they do, and they've won championships in the last 20 years. So I guess a lot of fans don't even look at that stuff. It just looks good. So you might want to, yeah. I mean, I guess you could do that. You say Chase Winovich was a tight end, a running back under Hoke? That's crazy. I didn't know that. But honestly, we might all be wasting our breath, y'all. We might just be on here wasting our breath because who knows if we even gonna get to see the season. Like now it's time to come back to reality. I'm gonna have to bring y'all back to reality, y'all. We might not get a college football season. We might not be able to see college football until next year around this time. I'm just being real. I hate to bring us back to reality, but we might not even be, you know what I'm saying? They would be practicing right now. Spring practice hasn't happened. These dudes ain't even got to practice. Even if we look, Polar Bear sleeps, even if we lose to OSU, I enjoy college football. I enjoy it from it, even if I'm not watching Michigan. I enjoy watching Bama, LSU. I enjoy watching Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State. You know what I'm saying? Penn State, OSU. I enjoy watching college football. Those late night Pac-12 games. I enjoy watching college football. Notre Dame and USC or whoever. You know what I'm saying? So if we don't get to it ain't about just not OSU, Michigan. That's my favorite time of the year. I was born in September. So this is horrible for me. What you say, Mark Dudley? I appreciate the super chat. Harbaugh will be planning a trip to somewhere in Europe. Yeah, you're right about that also. You're right about that also. The 2018 season is so emotional for me because I remember throughout the year I was living as a fan. By when the two ass whoopings occurred, I felt drained knowing this revenge tour meant nothing. That's true. That's true. That's true, bro. What you say, Jay Marion? It would give them 2 years to get ready for OSU. Don Brown, he need about 2 years to get ready for them boys. But yeah, I'm hoping that this all gets taken care of and we can see the college football season because that's my favorite sport to watch is college football. Literally, even over the NFL. Literally 12 o'clock, depending on where you stay. Some games start at 11 or whatever. 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you got games on until about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So you can watch a game. You can literally sit down and watch college football all day. Not just one game like the NFL or 2 games. There's like 6 or 7 games on I can watch. And don't let me have a special package. I can sit here and watch 12 games. You know what I'm saying? So I love college football. Saturday, you can sit and just watch all these different games from teams that you expect, and they mean something. NFL, a lot of them regular season games, they don't mean nothing. But college, those games mean something. These dudes trying to make it to the NFL. These dudes trying to win championships. Some of these dudes trying to win Heismans. You know what I'm saying? So it just means so much more. After 2016 lost to OSU, I think Harbaugh became drained. Yeah, I think he did too. That was tough for him to lose that game. I would love seeing us beat OSU in their stadium when we score a game-winning TD and our sideline storms on the field and it's all silent and say that would be delicious to my tummy. Yeah, bro, that would be great. But for that to happen, Joe or Dylan are going to have to be unbelievable. Whoever is the starter is going to have to be a hell of a quarterback. Drew Henson was the last QB to win at OSU. Some of these stats just make me sad. For real. Like, stop saying something. Stop Brett Buer. Stop Brett Byer. Stop coming with some of these stats because you're just making me sad thinking about it. Those were the days. Drew Henson, Tom Brady, Brian Griese. That was our time. Haven't won at OSU since 2000. Stop with the stats. Just stop it. Did I ever watch Friday Night Tights? Yeah, I watched them little dudes out there flatlining people. I liked that show. Well, I'm gonna get off of here in about 8 minutes, y'all. So if you all got any questions, get them going, get them in here. John Navarre was a beast. See, those were real quarterbacks. Those were quarterbacks. They weren't throwing for 400 and 500 yards because our system wasn't set up for them to do them. We were running teams, but those were good quarterbacks that you could slick count on. To me, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. Like those quarterbacks, I feel like you could count on them to do their job, at least. Harbaugh not being innovative with his energy is one reason we don't look like a physical team. We sign up for that Harbaugh, not this old Russ stubborn one. That's a fact, Daniel. That's a fact right there. Mark Dudley, great show. I appreciate it, Mark. I appreciate all the super chats. Hassan says, I'm the best Michigan fan. I appreciate the love, y'all. I really do appreciate it. Because I do this, whether it was YouTube or whatever, I made this just to vent. I'm just like y'all. I have to vent. I use this as a platform for me to vent. I was telling people some months ago. One day after a Michigan State loss, I think it was the year with Devin Gardner. So it was probably like 2014 or something like that. I set up and I wrote a report. I set up and I wrote a report. It was like a 3-page report on what was wrong, why we lost, and everything like that. I was so frustrated and mad. I sat down on my phone and wrote a report like I was going to turn it in a class or something. Like I was a journalist and just wrote it, everything is wrong. Like, oh yeah, when after Devin Gardner was getting killed, I was ready for Hope to go. Do I think there'll be fans there this year? Probably not. It's going to be hard to get in OSU Stadium because they fans, they're not selling their tickets. They go into that game. They want to be in the stadium and watch us get our butt whooped. They want to be there. They ain't selling off their tickets, and they buying up. And Michigan fans that have tickets will sell their tickets to OSU fans. So it ain't going to be many Michigan fans in there, bro. Yeah, Devin Gardner, he just was at Michigan at the wrong time. If dude would have went to some other programs, ain't no telling what he would have did. He was just at Michigan at the wrong time behind a horrible offensive line. Yeah, Columbus, Ohio, they take football serious. I'm not sure why we don't take it as serious because we're Michigan and we've had astronauts and we've got such a great school and academics but football bringing in all that revenue, and that's part of the problem too. Our fans love Michigan so much, whether we're good or bad. We're on ESPN every game, whether we're good or bad. We're on ESPN pretty much every year, and we're buying all that merchandise. So Michigan is still top 5 in revenue, whether they win 3 games or whether they go undefeated. Nah, bro, I ain't going to. If I go to Columbus, I'm going to end up getting in a fight with somebody. I'm going to be devastated. Exactly, bro. I feel you. And it's getting to that point to where we starting to wonder, will we ever beat them again? Honestly. We got a little hope when when Urban left, but they already had their coach of the future waiting in the wings, so it didn't matter that Urban left or resigned, whatever happened. Yep, and that's what's sad. Well, it's not sad. If this Corona and the season don't happen, Michigan gonna lose about $1 billion because they got so much money tied up in the football between TV, fans, and all that stuff. Oh yeah, Urban's still recruiting, and that's what sucks too. So he left and still kept the position, so he helps with recruiting and all that stuff. Do I agree Joe Milton should start? McCaffrey gonna get hurt too much. Yes, I agree. I definitely agree. Joe should. I feel like Joe should start. He's got all the tools and he's got the body to withstand it. Yep, I feel like Joe should be the starter. But if Dylan starts, I won't be mad. I like Dylan. I just don't think he can. I just don't think he can stay healthy because he's just too skinny. His frame is just so frail looking. So I'm about to go and get off of here, y'all. Let me see. What's your question? Washington shouldn't be that tough. They lost Chris Peterson. Yeah, hopefully. They still got some talent, but, we'll see. Milton is that playmaker Michigan desperately needs. That's facts. That's facts. Milton's got that swagger about him, and so does Dylan. Kind of has a swag too about him too. Appreciate the super chat, Mark Dudley. I'm just glad that Michigan didn't go after Tate Martell. What's going on with him? His career just spiraled out of control. I seen Joe at a game throwing like, why is he not our QB? Exactly. All right, y'all. I'm about to get out of here. Lulu, I appreciate you moderating for me, even though you're an OSU fan. You show love. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Jay Marion, I appreciate it. Y'all have a good day. Be safe. We don't know about this corona, but be safe. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it. Everybody have a good night. Yeah, we don't need a Michigan man as a head coach. You know, get whoever's a good coach. But I'm about to get out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good night. As always, go Blue.